Hi, howdy, welcome back. If you can't tell by the title of today's video, I ended up going down the Colourpop rabbit hole for Super Shock. Okay, but first, before we get into it, if this is your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit like. If this is not your first time here, feel free to reach down and hit subscribe, then like, either or, whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you're looking at my skin, just realize I was testing out a series of old Heinrichsen products that did not agree with it, so it's actually on the mend. Okay, so if you guys have watched some of my prior videos, I could never quite grasp the star-spangled awesomeness that was Colourpop Super Shock. Now, my experience with the Colourpop Super Shock went to their shade Bill, which is a matte dusky one, which I was surprised, but did not survive shipment. I had gotten it on a deal set. And even when I tried, it did not apply well. The next ones I got were these two. Wonderful things. They came with the sunflower palettes that they did. It's a beautiful shade of gold, and one's a yellow, and then one is a little bit more like, one is, I don't know how to put this, like, here, let's put them together so you guys can see the difference. They're both yellow, but this one has like almost a pinky tone, and then this one is a all-out sunflowery yellow. Now, I bought these. I never really had much use for them, but I enjoyed the collection. And I still have that palette, and I have reordered it since. I think I've broken parts of them and ended up having to get another one. So one day I'm doing my makeup for work, and I'm like, yeah, okay. I've run out of ideas for the day. I don't know what to do. So I pull out Ye Old Faithful Lethal Cosmetics. Seriously, guys, if you haven't tried them, walk on over to their site. They're really worth it. You can build your own palettes. They have some really pretty stuff. Their multi-chromes are awesome, but I'm putting on a palette I created myself. It's basically a basic bitch palette. It's okay. I'm okay with admitting that that's what I made. And it has not gotten as much use as I'd expected, which is probably why I haven't picked up anything from them lately. It's not that it's bad quality. I just have a lot of options in my life. So we're gonna put this on. Ye Old Too Faced's 24-Hour Shadow Insurance, in case you're curious. I'm gonna put that on just to put it in so I can show you exactly what I'm doing and have it be a little bit truer too. Now, when I tried these out, like, it was just a random moment of, ooh, inspiration, let's give it a whirl. What the F, I have nothing else to do. It turned out absolutely beautiful, and I was stunned. It is definitely a situation where less was more, and then the less that I put on really brought its A game, and I was surprised because I have tried the Super Shock a couple times. It's just not, and I'm starting to think I was not giving it the appropriate work that went into it, or like the credit that it was due. Does that make sense? So that day I decided to apply this brown shade, and then I was like, well, I don't know where to go from there. I don't know if I want to do just like a basic whatever, because, you know, some days you don't want to put in effort beyond the basic bitch concept, the nudes, the neutrals, and then other days you're like, for the love of God, I can't do another neutral day. I can't. So took this one, and then I'm just going to do one eye to show you how this thought process went, honestly, and did this. Just put it up in the crease. See? Very simple, very plain. Low key, but holds its own. Add a little bit more. And this is where I stopped at, because I said, I don't know what to do from here. I have no friggin' clue. And actually it looks way nicer on camera than it does in person at this moment. Don't know what is up with the camera lately, but I am loving the way you're just jamming out here, bro. Just loving it. There you go. Okay, so that's where I ended up dead ending. I feel like I'm leading up to this so you understand the headspace I was in when I made this purchase. So I was like, you know what, hey, let's do it. Let's throw on the Super Shock. I've got these two. Bill's dead. Bill ended up in the trash because he was 1,000 little tiny pieces. It didn't work for me. But you know what? I never use this. If it doesn't work out, I'll just tell somebody I was experimenting. Which some days, that's exactly how it rolls. And this is exactly how that day rolled. Now the other one draws a lot of a pinkier color, like a pinkier yellow. Which I get. There's some sunflowers that have definite shades of red in their interior sets, and then the petals do in fact bring that kind of A game. And then I brown eyelinered. And I was surprised. I had gotten, man, my foot keeps messing up this podium. I am so sorry, guys. So I got a lot of positive feedback that day on the way it looked. Now the other one I've worn more. The lower toned one, this is definitely more of a fall look, let's be honest. We're heading into fall. You know me, I run head first into fall. I love fall. Fall is my jam. So, turned out good. Turned out okay. Awesome. Put on the brown eyeliner. Threw on some mascara. And we rocked our way out to work. The next day, I tried it with the lighter shade. This is the go-to. This is the one that really got me. And this is the one that I keep coming back to, Flower Child. Flower Child and In Harmony. And a little bit of nice blending. Blend, 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 blend. Blendy, blend, blend. Like that. And we're back on our A game. So, jazzed. Awesome. Okay. Finally get it. Finally get it to work right. Because a lot of times I was doing this more as a topper shade and it wasn't really showing through. That was my mistake. Colourpop sales email later. I got that. I ended up getting a lot of them. And I was like, well, this just means I got to adjust things if I'm going to apply them. So I ended up with Tankini and Pressed Juice. I ended up with a lot. The only one I had a problem with is this one. And this came out with their apricot themed one. And 2 out of 3 of it was broken. I've already gotten down and repressed them. Like I wasn't gonna call them back and be like, oh my God, no. Sometimes shit happens in transit. Let's just be upfront. So this one came in broken. This is Bestest. So I already repressed it. Repressed it down. Let's try this. That was what I was excited by. I picked up the apricot themed palette as well while I was at it. This one is Hey Lover. I don't know where they're getting some of these color names, but we're working from there. Now, these are black artwork. The fact that this covers that comes through that strongly. Bam! Like I feel like we should have a little bit of fanfare for this. And then the only one out of the 3 set that didn't break was For Me. And this one we're just gonna do this with. Cause what the hey, right? So by the time it was done, I was done shopping on Colourpop. Oh dear God. Also, I got the Can You Believe? It's more bee themed. Got that palette too. I might actually do a video on that one shortly. I ended up pulling out with Born in LA, Tankini. My son is dying to get the bubble wrap from this box. Cutologist. It's a red shade. And then Bumblebee. I'm not gonna lie, I picked up some of these for the sole purpose of fall colors. I'm so ready for fall. It's not that I didn't enjoy summer, but summer is hot. And the color stories tend to be revolving around one concept. And I think like fall gets a little bit more workout. This is called Moonwalk. This one is what drew my attention when I was online. Moonwalk. What does that remind you of? It reminded me of Urban Decay's Mildew. It is a green color. Like it is definitely, hold on, I did not get much on my, using my pinky for God's sakes, guys. Cut me some slack. It is definitely a green with a brown shift and gold. Like it reminds me of Mildew, straight up. And as you know, I loved that color. They discontinued the eyeshadow. Monsters. And then we also picked up Green Juice and Empire, which is an entirely different kind of green. So, clearly say oh my God, super shocked. What did I do? What I did was bought 2, 4, 6, 8, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 super shocks. This is from having one day where it worked out like it was supposed to. Now, before that day, and my, what the hell, let's see what we can do with this. I would never have suggested Super Shock. Like I suggest their palettes all the time, stuff like that, but not the Super Shock. And here's why. Because if you're expecting more from something than what it can give, it will always disappoint you. And the problem is I'd heard so many great reviews about how it worked and how it looked and how everybody loved it. I came in there with a lot of preconceived notions. That was my fault. That was totally on me. So instead, I ended up buying these. And some of these I kind of really want to swatch and see where we're going with this. Like, this did break my heart a little bit, the apricot one, because this is really pretty colors. The thing you gotta know about Super Shock is it is a very moist yet soft formula. So moist, so soft. So freaking glittery too. Okay guys, I know everybody but me has been into the Super Shock thing. Like everybody, what is you guys' favorite color? How do you choose to wear it? I get the feeling I'm going to be wearing a lot of them like this, where I use a matte base and then use that as the across the eyelids itself. I think one of the ones I am most excited for is going to be Cutologist. In case you haven't seen this color. Oh, look at that red. Fall's coming, y'all. Fall is super coming. And it is red, and I'm doing this very, very lightly for the simple fact that I didn't want to. And it has a bit of an orangey tone, and with gold reflex in it. Okay guys, I think we're gonna end up doing a couple videos on fall. I'm thinking of doing some videos on like color story themes. Like I feel in the Super Shock category, I just bought fall, all of fall, and a little bit of spring. A lot of neutral yellows and green. God, who are we kidding? I love green. Let's add the green in there and see where that takes us. It doesn't take us far because honestly this formula does not layer well with each other. So that's not the color I put on. Let's try that again. Do the Weber shift. That's Moonwalk. Some of these I'm gonna leave in the box and just work off the ones I have open. Like I don't like to open everything all at once, and I should, but I don't. Okay guys, leave some comments, leave some feedbacks. I'm really looking forward to trying Cuteologist because this one comes across more matte than it does glitter. And I think that's a big thing with Super Shock. What made Super Shock so popular is that it is a really pretty shimmer to metallic. It is sparkly, it is flattering to a lot more people. Mattes can be a bit more difficult, which is why you don't really find a lot of matte in the Super Shock formula. You just don't. Oh, okay, that came off uniquely. Okay guys, leave comments down below. Let me know what your favorite glittery topper is. I won't even call this a glittery topper anymore. It's just its own kind of eyeshadow at this point. So leave some comments. Let me know what you think. And just, like I said, love to talk to people. So thanks. Have a good day. And I want to hear your feedback.